Hi, Jamie Jar here. I want to answer a question that I got this morning on Facebook. Basically, a friend of mine's got this issue that whenever she lies on her back and goes to let her legs down, whether it's doing an abdominal exercise or if they're kind of in 90 degrees, she gets lower back pain. Now, I went into this a little bit in one of my previous posts, Fix Your Own Back Pain Part 1. It's a psoas edition. And essentially what the issue is for her here is her psoas muscle is really short and tight. It's a hip flexor. And when she lets her legs down, her abdominals aren't able to do the job of stabilizing her pelvis, and instead her hip flexor takes over and is, because it attaches to the lower back, it's literally pulling on her lower back and causing pain. So what I went over in that first post is how to stretch out your psoas, get it to lengthen and relax a little bit. Now, what I would add to that, and I'm going to add to it right now, is if you still have this issue after you've kind of chilled out the hip flexors a little bit, you then need to start building up the strength of the rectus abdominis without getting the hip flexors to start getting kicked back on again. So this is how I have a lot of my clients do this. Once you've already done those hip flexor stretches, again, you can find them either on my YouTube channel, Fix Your Own Back Pain Part 1, or on my blog at jamiedryer.com. You'll find all the information there along with the program. So this is, once you've done that, you want to lie on your back, put your hand underneath the small of your back, the arch, and press down. Use your abs. You should feel them engaging now. And that's your first step. This is where you start. Your hip flexors, you shouldn't have any lower back pain, but you should feel the abs working. Eventually, go at your own pace. This could be like in 5 minutes or in 5 days or in 5 months. Next thing is to start letting the legs out a little bit more, and it'll start to get harder. But keep that engaged. As soon as they start to fatigue, you let up and you take a little bit of rest and you come back to it. You can do it 2 or 3 times in a workout. But eventually, you want to get to the point where you can start taking the feet off the ground right about here. The closer in you have them, the easier it's going to be. Again, press that lower back down, keep the abs engaged, and as soon as you start to feel it go in your lower back, your set is done. Or even beforehand, ideally. You never want it to start getting engaged in your lower back and getting that pain. You want to do it just enough where it challenges your abs, but doesn't start to get that back issue going. Then once that gets easy, you slowly over time start to get the legs farther away and you hold it. And then once holding it out here is kind of easy, you can start to do a little bit of motion. But be sure that when you're adding the motion, you're still able to stabilize the pelvis and you aren't kind of doing this rocking thing and your back isn't arching up really high. You want to have control. This applies also if you're flipped over and holding a plank and you start to feel it. It's harder to make the plank easier. I mean, well, it's not that much hard. You can just start to elevate where your hands are, so it's not as much stress. But I recommend starting here and eventually building into the plank. Now, a quick note that I want you to think of here. Post-baby, ladies, I want you to, while you're doing this exercise, I want you to Kegel that shit. Literally and metaphorically. I want you to pull in that pelvic floor, keep everything nice and tight while you're engaging your rectus abdominis and keeping your abs nice and firm. So you want to start pulling everything together so you get really nice pressure. That's it. If you got any other questions, feel free to leave a little comment either on my Facebook page or on YouTube. And again, my blog and I've got a lot of other stuff that I cover is at jamiedryer.com. See you next time.